Warriors Year-End Videos. Most anticipated games of 2015. The Order 1886.
The Order 1886 made it on my list for most anticipated games. Now, I'll be honest. At first, when I heard about the Order 1886, I always want to go 1866, which would have been interesting, much more easier title. But I was a bit iffy on it, in all honesty, because I've always liked the idea of the supernatural. It's something that I've actually it's one of my favourite genres, especially if you do it right. Which is difficult to say because the most supernatural you're pulling on existing material or existing stories or fables or anything like that. But werewolves in particular, I've always found them quite interesting, or lycanthropes if you prefer. And they've always been one of my most favourite mythological creatures. And when it was announced that the Order 1866 was going to be set in a steampunk Victorian London, or Victorian England, whatever you want to pronounce, whatever you want. I can't remember if this is only in London or if it's in all of Victorian England. Mainly because I'm trying to go in as unspoiled as I can when it comes to this game. I've watched a few trailers, but a few trailers are all I need to say, yeah, I'm going to pick it up. But I am really excited to see how they're going to do this, because steampunk is one of those genres that I don't know too much about, but I do find it interesting. I like the design of steampunk, I always have, and it's something that I've always wanted to get some like steampunk jewellery and all that, because a lot of it looks freaking awesome. So I'm interested to see how they're going to portray this with this particular style. Now, as I said, early on in the thing, like, the developer themselves said a few things that I was a bit iffy on. But at the same thing, eventually they did come out and say that they were okay with that. That's completely fine with that. They justified themselves, and in my opinion, as long as the developer justifies themselves, they can say what they want with the game that they are creating. And I'm excited to see what this game can hold and what it will actually portray. I like the mythology behind, like, the Knights of the Round Table, the Black War, that basically gives them a not eternal youth, but very fast regeneration abilities, enhanced, basically slightly more superior than weapons. And I'll happily admit, I love the design of the weapons. They just look glorious. I mean, I like the fact that they're bringing Nikola Tesla into it and his technology and all that. Very fascinating stuff, and I'm very interested to see where the story could go with that, especially with the characters. Now, as I said, I don't know too much about the story. As I said, I want to go into this game as spoiler-free as possible, so I have purposely been avoiding most of the story stuff. But I know enough to pique my interest, and it definitely deserves to be on this list of my most anticipated games. Now, as I said, I am still a bit skeptical here or there, but I do want to see what this game can do, and I want to see if they can actually pull this off and do a good steampunk action game with this whole mythology and all that. And just as well, the trailers have been absolutely exceptional, the ones I've seen anyway, and the graphics and the gameplay. I really do hope it lives up to the hype that that's been building, and I really want to see this developer do well. So definitely the Order 1886 has a place on my list, just because it is so interesting and fascinating to see this new IP trying to. I'm a big guy. I like new IPs. I really, really do. I like to see innovation. I like to see taking a chance on a developer with a new IP, and I like the fact that Sony are doing it with this, with a PS4 exclusive. Now, well, no, it will come to PCs. That's the deal, because every game eventually comes to PC one way or another. But I really, really can't wait to see what this game is, and hopefully it does live up to the hype. So far, the developer has also been really, really funny as well. They've done. I'd recommend at least following their Twitter, because they always give me a good chuckle with their tweets and their various little contests they have, and just how much they're connecting with the community also gives me a little bit of hope. I really do like it when developers do that, and it just shows that they are very passionate about what they do. So here's hoping it doesn't disappoint, but definitely I am going to be picking up the Order 1886. And depending on circumstances, I may end up doing a Let's Play of it. I'm not too sure yet. I'd have to wait until I get permission from the developer. So, here's hoping. But yeah, I don't have much else to say. As I said, I don't know too much about the story, because I'm trying to go as unspoiled as possible. But definitely excited for this game. Let's move on to the final two, shall we? Hey there, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, regardless of whatever the video topic was about, because I know I'm a complete lot of tit sometimes. If you want to check out any of my other further content, all you have to do is click on the little Scottish Warrior 92 thing down in the bottom there to take you to the channel and check out the rest of my videos. If you want to follow me on any of my social medias, it's just Scottish Warrior 92 everywhere else. And also, if you want to help support the channel, all you have to do is pop in the link in the description to my Patreon page, patreon.com/Scottish Warrior 92, in which if you feel like my content is worth it, you can donate $1 a month to help continue to support this channel and help me make this into a full-time gig. Feel free to go check out the Patreon page to make sure it is to your liking and you actually want to spend $1 a month on this shitty channel. Thank you for watching. Again, as always, I am Scottish Warrior 92, and I hope you'll stick around and maybe even join the clan by clicking that subscribe button. Thank you. Mwah.